Alright, so this is just going to be a quick video showing how to replace the screen on this MacBook Air model A1466 13-inch model. Alright, we're going to be using a P5 or Pentalobe 1.2 screwdriver to remove all the screws from the bottom. I've actually done a lot of these screen replacements, so that's why this is just going to be a quick one. You want to keep the screws in order. The way I do that, I put them flat side down like this on my desk. In the pattern I remove them. Alright, so in this rectangular shape. Okay, if this video helps you out, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If you're wondering, these two screws back here are longer than the rest. Okay. I don't know if it looks like somebody might have moved the screws around, because there's some different size screws in here. Interesting. Right, or maybe they lost a screw and replaced one at one point. Is this screw different? Oh shoot, I think one of these screws is a different screw. No wonder why it felt weird when I was unscrewing it. Okay, I might have to find a matching screw for them because they have one different screw in here. Give me a second real quick. I don't know if I have one of those. All the screws I have are different, I think. This might work. Yeah, that works. Okay. Alright. So, what we're going to do, we're just going to be quickly replacing the screen on here. The reason they're replacing the screen is because the hinge is actually weak and it just flops over. Okay. Anyways, we're going to use a T5 or Torx 5 screwdriver to get the battery out. Again, this is just a quick video, so I'm not going to do all the camera zooming in and stuff like that. If you want a video for that, I have another one where actually I have like multiple, because this model is so common for the screen to be replaced on. So if you need a link to that, just let me know. Excuse me. Alright, let's get all these out. Okay, now we're going to lift this up. Grab this piece here. Then we're going to wiggle this. And there we go. You want to be very careful when removing this. I get my fingers underneath and lift it slightly up this way so it doesn't get caught in this cable. Okay. Alright, after doing that, we're going to hold the power button about 15 seconds to drain any residual power. This makes it a lot safer to work on, especially when removing the screen. You actually don't want to skip this step if you're working on the screen. Okay? I don't know why my recording thing is so laggy, so I'm not seeing exactly what I'm recording. But let's go ahead and flip that latch up and pull this connector out. Just like that. Whoa, who did that? They like trapped the cable underneath the screw thing here. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, we're going to pop this cable out. Maybe I should zoom in at least a little bit. Okay, what else we got? Let's get this. Actually, we don't need to get the speaker out of the way. We just need to get the fan out. And this is all using the T5 or Torx 5. Okay. And grab the cable and wiggle that. Grab this, wiggle that. Disconnect it. Why is it caught? Oh, is it stuck with the other cable? Interesting. Okay, disconnect that. Let's also remove this screw here so we can lift the board up. Alright, we're going to remove this piece. Okay, if you can, use like a tool to kind of push the wings, walk it back, okay, just like this. Here we go. Once you walk it out, you can lift it up. We're going to lift this board slightly and unthread this. This is the webcam eyesight cable. Oops. So we pulled that out from underneath. It was threaded in this little hole there. Okay, we're going to rotate this around. We also need to get the wireless antennas out. Pull from the tails. Is it not going to come up? There we go. Then we're going to unthread these wireless antennas from here. So just kind of grab them and wiggle them around. Just like that. They are slotted in. Okay, wiggle that out. There we go. Okay, next thing, we just got to get all the T8 or Torx 8 screws out. Okay, so let's switch over. You do want to open up the screen all the way, okay? And then what I do is I hang it over the edge of my desk. I can't even see, you're going to see all the junk on my desk. There we go. Let's go ahead and remove the 6 screws holding the hinges in. And last one. All right, now that we got all of those, oops, you can actually let the screen fall to 90 degrees, and that will allow you to actually take the screen out. So when it goes 90 degrees like this, you can see it can fall out. All right, it helps to kind of just let it fall over the edge of your desk. Okay, we're going to set the old screen aside. And we got this new screen. The customer actually brought this. So I'm just going to peel this open. Okay, bubble wrap out. Careful with these cables, why is it caught on there? Make sure you don't rip that stuff out. Okay. Alright, so they tape these cables down. We're going to peel this tape up. Okay, and then hold the cable down as you peel the tape away. There we go. Can go around, peel this tape out as well. Then we can go ahead and pull it out of this bag. Okay, I'm actually going to just peel the tape out and stick it on the back here. Okay, same thing with the other side, because on this one they didn't cover the entire thing with this plastic film. Okay, so we just stuck that tape back there. Alright, next thing we're going to do, we got to flip these hinges open. The way you do that is you just get like the T8 screwdriver, get it through there, and then you can use that to rotate, but don't twist it too hard. Once it stops, you want to stop. You don't want to keep trying to pull it. Okay, just slightly. There we go. Then same thing to put the screen in. You want to have it hanging over your desk about 90 degrees, and then you can drop it in. Let me zoom out a tiny bit more. Go. Then at the 90 degrees, you just drop that in, just like that. All right, then I kind of lift it slightly up beyond 90 degrees so that the hinges are flat again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a screw in here to hold it. Okay, and I'm just loosely fitting the screw right now. You don't want it too tight, because we are going to have to make sure everything lines up before we tighten it down. Okay, just like this. All right. Next, we're going to close this up. So I'll put this here, slowly, carefully close it. Okay, make sure everything is lined up, but the gap here and here are good. Zoom in a bit more here, oops. All right, make sure these gaps are good. You want to actually line up the edges. Go around the sides, the front, the back. Okay. You can also like loosen this screw again a little bit. Make sure it's lined up right. Okay. Make sure it's lined up. Make sure the side edges are lined up. Okay, then what you want to do, you can actually just tighten that down. I'm going to add some red thread locker to make sure that those screws don't come loose, because a lot of times when those screws come loose, that's what causes the hinges to come loose. So we're going to get red thread locker here. Okay, we're just going to get a little bit on there. There's actually some on the side of the bottle that, I guess that's not quite enough. Okay, and we'll get that in. And just put barely any. You don't want like a lot. Okay. Alright, now that I got those two in, we're going to go ahead and... Actually, why is this screw so difficult to turn? There we go. Okay, we'll get out the middle one that we had in earlier, so we can add some thread locker to that as well. Okay, we'll get that screw in. Alright, we can actually also get the cable in. Again, I have other videos where I do better close-up recording and stuff, so if you really want it or need it, you have those. Looks like someone bent this. Okay, make sure that's in, flip that latch down, lock that into place. Okay, let's do this side. This side, because we have this metal piece here. Okay, so it actually like curves around and goes like this. So because of that, we're going to put this screw first. Okay. Oh. We'll just put this screw in first. Alright, and then we're going to undo this screw. Then what we're going to do, we're going to loosely fit this screw first. Okay, that way it will line up. Get the other screw. Same thing, put some thread locker on it. And we'll get that screw in. Alright, then we'll take this screw out. Okay, do I need to put, oh, I probably need to take out more. Just want a tiny bit. There we go. Alright, get that last screw in. Okay, we're done with the T8 or Torx 8 screwdriver. we're also done with the thread locker. I'm going to clean the bottle thing off and then put it away. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and finish getting all these cables and everything back into place. Zoom in a little bit. Okay, let's get the cable here for the camera in. So normally there's a rubber thing here, but I don't know where that is. I think the customer lost that, or whoever worked on it before. All right, we'll lift that up, tuck this in here. Okay, make sure you have this thing facing the right direction. I'm gonna push all this cable in, but when you plug this cable in, you want the gold pins facing up. Okay, make sure it goes in straight, and then like before, we're gonna use a tool to kind of walk the connector into place. Okay, kind of gonna push left side, right side. Right, until it's all the way in. All right, looks good. Yeah. Okay, make sure that's all tucked in. Okay, this cable, you can tuck it along the speaker here. If you want, you can put the fan now just to be safe, because you're going to want to put the screw down there. It might make it a little difficult. Okay, so get that cable in for the fan, line it up. Okay, make sure it goes in all the way. And then just slide your finger over the top to latch it down. Perfect. All right, now let's actually get those screws in. Switch back to the T5 or Torx 5 screwdriver. Okay, we'll get this screw in. And I like to lightly fit the screw first, or loosely fit the screw. Okay, we'll get this one. I think they actually, whoever worked on this, mixed up the screws in here as well. Pretty sure this bigger screw is supposed to go over here. Okay. All right, then I like to pinch the fan against the heatsink to make sure it stays lined up. All right, tighten all the screws into place. You do want to actually hold this charge port board into place when you go ahead and tighten this down, so that way it's all lined up. Okay, and then we got the other screw for the bottom part of it. Good. All right, now we got all of those in. Let's go ahead and plug this cable in. It helps to kind of pull it up so it curves, so you have more slack, or less slack, so that it can reach easily, and then pinch the two together. All right, just pinch it like that. Okay, we can put this cable back in now. All right, so just line it up, push it down, line that up, push that down. All right, this one didn't make a satisfying click. There we go. All right, now we're going to flip this over, and we're going to get the antennas in. So the antennas can be a little tricky. You want to pull the rubber up slightly so you can get it underneath. Okay. It helps to use a couple tools or 2 screwdrivers to do this. Right, we're going to use a thicker one and also a thinner one. So I'm going to actually use the T8 to help push this in. Okay, so while you're kind of holding it, I don't know if you can see the metal, the notches in the thing here. Let's see, can you even see? Oh, there you can see it. So you can see there's like a notch here, a notch here. But basically what you want to do, you want to kind of pull it to get it lined up with those notches. Make sure the wire is vertical to where the thinner side is facing up. Usually this first one, it might not want to go in. If it doesn't, that's okay. You can continue just working along. To get this one first, we're going to have to get it underneath the rubber piece. So the way I do that is I use both screwdrivers. I'll use one to push on this side and one to push on this side. Okay, push both, and then pull the rubber up while you're kind of pushing it, and it should tuck underneath. Okay. I don't know, it's being difficult right now. Get it under there. Come on. Yeah, the rubber piece, it's not wanting to go. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I didn't have to pull it. It kind of went under on its own. All right, so we got that. We're going to just keep working our way around, or working our way over. Then it has to go around this screw mount, so you got to kind of like bend it to push it in. All right, and get this one. Can be a little tricky. Just work your way around. And then I like to kind of like pull this wire over to the side to try and get it to be as tight over as possible. Okay, then we can kind of go ahead and try and tuck everything else in over here. Looks like it went in nicely. And we'll continue working our way over. I'm going to bend this a little because the wires kind of has a weird bend in it that's making it tough to go into this slot. Yeah, it's kind of curved weird, so I'm going to curve it the other way. Alright, let's see if that's still not good enough. Get in there. Okay, there we go. And then again, while kind of holding it in place, I pull it tight so it stays straight out. Continue working your way down all the way over to here. Sometimes they replace these antenna wires and then they're short. Hopefully that's not going to be the case. If that's the case, you probably have to return and get a new one. But, okay, get that in there. Come on, there we go. All right, now we got the wires. Short one goes through the first notch. Okay, kind of have to help push it in usually. There we go, and the longer one through the other notch. Definitely looks like they replaced these wires because usually these screens are actually from other Macs. But this wire seems like it's never been bent in that direction before. Okay, so let's see, how am I going to show this while still making it so I can do this? Oh, yeah, see how short this cable is? I don't think that's going to work. And this one's actually longer, so what in the world? Okay, what we're going to do, let's see if we switch it around. We're going to make the longer one go through the first hole. That actually works. It can reach now. Okay, you got to adapt if something's not working out. See what you can do to make it work out. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. All right. Once that's all lined up, so the way you know it's lined up is if you try and move it around while it's on top, it will stay in place. Oops. Okay, and then you can go ahead and push it down. Huh, this one doesn't want to go in. Okay, well, let's see if the short one will reach from this. I don't know if it will reach from here. Oh yeah, it will. I think. Okay. Let's do the short wire first, I guess. And it's a little bit twisted, so I gotta help twist it. Okay. And then click it. There we go. And then the long one. Same thing. There we go, lined up. And then let's click it down. There we go. Okay. There we go. We got everything connected. That wire was a little bit difficult. Let's go ahead now and plug in the battery, of course. Okay, so we'll take the battery, get that lined up. Again, I'm holding the battery up so it doesn't drag on the cable below. And then we're going to pinch this together. If you damage the cable below, your keyboard and touchpad won't work, so that also means your power button might not work, so keep that in mind. All right, let's get all these screws back in. That one, this one, this one, and the last one here. All right, next we're going to put the, or last we're going to put the bottom cover back on. Okay, get rid of that. Did I leave the cover outside on this one? Oh, here it is. Okay, we'll put the bottom cover back on. Make sure the cables aren't going to get smashed by anything, so make sure it's out of the way from the screws. Okay, you don't want to accidentally put the screws into those cables and damage them. Alright, we switch back to the P5, our Pentalobe 1.2 screwdriver, and we'll tighten those down. Okay, normally actually you would test it before putting the screws back in to save a little time in case there's something not working right, but the screen, that's what the customer brought, so that's why I put. If there's an issue, then I'll let them know, and then I guess I could just take it back out and we'll see. But everything's connected already, so hopefully we won't have any issues. And hopefully this screen, the hinge is not going to just flop over like the other one. Okay. Alright, and after doing any hardware changes, it's always a good idea to do a PRAM and SMC reset on these. So let's go ahead and do that once we get all these screws back in. Okay, let's flip this over. Open this up. Alright, so to do a PRAM and SMC reset, you kind of want to have it plugged in. It helps. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug this thing in. You'll see the light. It should go to orange if it's not fully charged. We're going to do Control-Option-Shift on the left side, power button. Should go to green and then back to orange. That's how you know you did the SMC reset right. To do a PRAM reset, you power it on and immediately Command Option P and R. What the? I'm so confused. They changed their keyboard to A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so R, Q, W, E, R, right? R. Wait, P, R, R, P. So these two, J and D. Man, their keys screwed up here. Okay, so I'm going to restart the computer again. I'm going to do Command Option P and R, or D and J, whatever, because they did that. And usually after that, you'll see the screen flash off and then come back on. And then you should hear the chime go at full volume, and that's how you know you did the PRAM reset properly. Oh God. Wonder if I can fix this key for them. Excuse me. Alright, and that's pretty much it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Let's drop this. Bye.